Today we shall see about the heart disease affected to the children. Children heart disease is one of the most common disease seen and is a major health problem worldwide. Children heart disease is birth defect in hearts. Birth defect in heart is also known as congenital heart disease. Congenital heart disease is one of the most common and major health problem. When 1,000 children are born, about 6 to 8 children suffer from defect in their heart, what is known as a congenital heart disease. In other words, every minute one child is born in this world with the defect in the heart. This defect may be simple or very complicated. Sometimes they are life-threatening and the children are sometimes born dead with these kind of defects. In India, every year about 4 lakhs children are born with the defects in their heart. At any given point of time in India, there may be at least 2 to 3 million children waiting for surgery or treatment. These children usually require major treatment like open heart surgery to survive and lead better life. Only about 5% of the children born in India are getting treated properly. The percentage of children who get the proper treatment in other developing countries even smaller than this. In well-developed Western countries, most of the children get timely treatment and lead a better life. What are the causes for the congenital heart disease, otherwise known as birth defect in the heart? The exact cause or the reason for developing birth defects in the heart is not known to the medical science. Many reasons can be pointed out, like fever during the pregnancy, or exposure to X-rays, or exposure to some of the medicines, or exposure to some of the viral infections, so and so. But these causes are negligible. In fact, congenital heart disease or the birth defect of the heart can be sometimes compared or can be called as a manufactured defect. In fact, the heart develops from a single cell and it undergoes millions of changes before it becomes a normal heart. So during the process of these millions of changes which takes place in the fetal life, there can be sometimes variation from the normal development, thus resulting in the various defects in the heart. The defects in the heart are various types. There are thousands of varieties of defects in the heart in congenital heart disease. The most common defect seen in the whole body, birth defects seen in the body, is in the heart. Congenital defects occurs almost about 1% of live birth. These defects can be simple or complicated. That is the way we divide it. The simple defects doesn't mean that it is simple. In simple defects, the life is not usually threatened, whereas in complicated defects, the life is usually threatened. The another way of looking it is something in medical terms is known as a cyanotic heart disease and acyanotic heart disease. Acyanotic heart disease means there is no mixing of the impure and pure blood inside the heart, whereas in defects, what is known as a cyanotic heart disease, there is a mixing of pure blood and impure blood inside the heart, thus resulting in lowering of the oxygen saturation in the body. In other words, the congenital heart disease are classified into acyanotic heart disease and cyanotic heart disease. Acyanotic heart disease doesn't cause mixing of the impure and pure blood, thus the oxygen saturation in the body will be normal, whereas in cyanotic heart disease there is a mixing of blood inside the heart, resulting in lowering of the oxygen in the blood, thus leading to more complication. The most common varieties of the congenital heart disease or defects can be septal defects. There are two septums in the heart, what is known as upper septum, otherwise known as atrial septum, the lower septum known as the ventricular septum. The atrial septum is the dividing wall between the left and right atrium or left and right upper chamber of the heart. The ventricular septum is the dividing wall between the two lower chamber of the heart known as ventriculus, which is left and right. The left atrium and the right atrium and the right ventricle deals with the impure blood, whereas the left atrium and left ventricle deals with the pure blood. In septal defects, there may be multiple defects or single defect in these septum. In atrial septum, the defect is known as atrial septal defect. In ventricular septum, the defect is known as ventricular septal defect. Again, the septal defects in these septum can be of various varieties and of complexities. The other varieties of congenital heart disease may be various types, like there may be a missing of a chamber or even more than one chamber. Sometimes there may be interchange of the major arteries in the heart, what is known as the transposition of great arteries. Sometimes there may be missing of other blood vessels. There may be sometimes all the pure blood may be joining to the impure chamber. Sometimes the defect may be the stenosis or the shrinking of some of the valves. In some of the cases, there may be the valves may be bigger than normal, resulting in regurgitation or backward flow of blood. In other words, the defects in the congenital heart disease are various types, which leads to number one, either mixing of the blood inside the heart with the pure and impure, or sometimes or other type of cases there will be more blood flow through the defects into the one of the chambers, resulting in more blood flow to the lungs, what is known as a increased pulmonary blood flow varieties of congenital or birth defects of the heart. Sometimes the missing of chambers results in, instead of two ventricle, only single ventricle. There is a broad classification or broad group of heart disease, congenital heart disease, what is known as a single ventricle type physiology, in which only one chamber of the lower chamber is there, or sometimes both chamber may be there, but functionally it is almost like a single chamber. These major issues like single chamber or transposition of great arteries, or all the blood vessels which brings the pure blood into the heart joining to the impure blood, these are all the very major type of congenital heart disease which causes severe symptoms right from the birth itself. In some cases, there may be what is known as what is called left ventricular hypoplastic syndrome, in which the left ventricle or the main chamber of the heart may be very small, and which results in a very major defect, and usually these children don't survive even few hours after birth, or may not even see few days. So what are the main symptoms of this congenital heart disease? The congenital heart disease, the main symptoms are breathing difficulty. The children who are born with the major defects in the heart, they develop usually severe breathing difficulty, fast breathing, and in some cases they require even immediate oxygen replacement or oxygen therapy and even ventilation also, or connect them to the ventilator. Other type of defects may not sometimes produce symptoms for hours or days or weeks, sometimes even months after birth, or sometimes even years can go without even any symptoms. So that is the usual type of symptoms. Another usual symptoms people notice is the bluish discoloration of the skin and nail and lips. This is the usual finding in cyanotic heart disease or heart disease which causes the mixing of pure and impure blood. Cyanosis means bluish discoloration of the nail and lips, which is due to the low oxygen saturation of the blood. So cyanotic heart disease causes these symptoms. The cyanotic heart disease usually causes symptoms much more earlier than the acyanotic heart disease. Now, how to deal with the congenital heart disease or the defects, birth defects in the heart? Congenital heart disease usually causes symptoms depending on the severity of the defect as well as severity of the physiological changes it produces. Usually cyanotic heart disease causes symptoms much earlier. If we suspect a child having congenital heart disease, our first aim should be to diagnose it correctly so that the right treatment can be given at the right time. The time is very important here because some of the congenital heart disease needs attention in first few days of life itself, like transposition of great arteries, which will require treatment in the first 2 weeks of life or maximum 3 weeks of life. So the first thing, if you suspect a congenital heart disease, is to diagnose disease properly and take a decision how to deal with it and when to operate or give a major treatment. The most important investigation is to do an echocardiogram, otherwise known as the scanning of the heart. Echocardiogram will give us all the details which is required for the diagnosis as well as to take the decision how to treat and when to treat. These echocardiograms are now available everywhere. All the major hospitals are now having echocardiograms, and people with expertise in this field are also available now. So if we make a rule that all the children born in hospital or otherwise should undergo an echocardiogram in the first week of life itself, that means we can diagnose almost all the cases of congenital heart disease and then take a treatment decision on them. The other important investigation which may require in some of the cases are cardiac catheterization and some of the other imaging, something like a CT angiogram and CT scan, MRI, those kind of things. But some of the cases require cardiac catheterization to study the various pressures in various chambers of the heart, which gives us the proper direction in which way we should treat this congenital heart disease. Now, once we diagnose the congenital heart disease, next comes how to treat them. The most important factor we should remember in dealing with a congenital heart disease or birth defect of the heart is to take a decision when exactly to operate or give a major treatment for these children. The timing is very, very important here. If we do the operation or the treatment earlier than required, that also can be harmful sometimes. And if you give the treatment later than required, that also can harm the children and deteriorate or produce bad results. Now let us see what are the treatments modalities available for congenital heart disease. The majority of the children, almost 95% or more, requires major open heart surgery to correct these congenital defects. Some of the cases can be treated with non-surgical methods, what is known as interventional procedures. When to do operation depends on the type of the defect, the location of the defect, and the secondary changes these defect produces due to the change in the physiology. So it depends on the patient to patient. Same disease can be in a different variety or different complication or different physiological change produced in different children. Generally, some of the cases, something like a transposition of great arteries, requires treatment in the first 2 weeks of life. More than 3 weeks, they miss the golden opportunities of correcting their congenital heart disease and leading a better life.